This is Soap Anonymous, where your secrets are safe.
Until we spill them.
If your story is soap opera worthy, it belongs here. This isn't therapy, it's confession, with a little judgment
and a lot of sarcasm.
I'm Ash.
And I'm Michaela. And this
is Soap Anonymous. Hey everyone! Welcome back.
Hi! Woo!
Episode 5, baby.
5 already?
Yeah.
Ooh, and Ashley, we have news. Well, this is episode 5 because we recorded a little bit ahead just so that in case we couldn't record for a week or things got messed up or whatever, we'd have, we'd be prepared for that. But Ashley just dropped our very first episode yesterday. Officially. We are officially live. And how many downloads do we have?
Let's see. We have 67.
67! Okay, just to clear things up, it's real stupid. We know.
Yeah,
but it's so
stupid.
exciting.
I have a middle schooler and 2 elementary age kids that say it constantly. Drives me crazy.
I still don't. I've tried to do research and figure out what it means, and
nothing.
It's impossible.
It doesn't mean anything.
I don't get it.
I mean, maybe it means something, but the youth are hiding it well from us.
We probably did the same thing as kids.
I can't
for sure
think of anything we said that was like,
Well, for Shizzle was a pretty closely kept secret for a while. What else did we used to say that was... Oh, that's so fetch.
Did y'all actually say that? Because I thought that was
just
on Mean Girls.
I don't think we actually said it. What else was there? Oh, what did Paris Hilton say that she copyrighted?
That's hot.
Oh, that's hot. That was one. Mm-hmm. That was one that everybody said.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and my specific school had their own things that they said. I was class of 2003, and we always said "sucker free 2003." It's so dumb.
What?
It's so cringy. And I don't know if that was just the preppy boys that said it, because I don't remember any of my friends saying it, but I remember one specific group of guys saying that all the time. but there's regional slang, and we didn't have TikTok and YouTube and all that to make things go viral. So
that's true.
We still said a lot of things.
Things spread. It just took longer. It just took longer. I just remember my dad specifically, just sometimes when I would say slang from childhood, he would look at me and just be like, "Do you really belong to me? You are being such a dummy." And I look back at myself now and I'm like, yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Along with the bowl cuts and frosted tips, baby.
Oh, yeah. The frosted tips a la Justin Timberlake.
Yikes. Ugh, God.
What's new?
Well, the Seahawks, this is going to release later, so by the time this is listened to, we will know the outcome of the games. And so hopefully this ages well. The Seahawks are playing the Rams this weekend, and I am so excited. And my boss was like, she really wanted to go to the game, and she couldn't because we have events that night and all this stuff. So my coworker and I figured out how to, I'm going to stay later, and he's going to come in early, and so we're covering it, and now she gets to go to the game for super cheap, which I'm assuming by super cheap she means $200 or $300, because the cheapest tickets right now are $900 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just for the last playoff game. That's not even the Super Bowl, so.
Oh yeah,
we
Bowl, sure,
shall see. Macklemore is going to play the halftime show. That's kind of fun. At this, not
yeah. No, the one
at the playoff game, not the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Ugh,
which
I love him so
I wish I
much.
could be there. I did get to see him live as
At a
a
hockey
surprise
game,
one
right?
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
they told us to stay seated for the break, for the intermission. And we were all like, why? They were like, if you want a surprise, stay seated, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why would they tell us to stay seated and not make sales up
Yeah.
at all the, stands? And so we all stayed seated, not knowing what was happening. And all of a sudden, freaking this little 8-year-old girl comes out on a Zamboni holding a camera. And then, 2 Zambonis go across the ice at once. And all of a sudden, out comes Macklemore. And he films a freaking music video on the ice going around on a Zamboni. It was a music video. It's
I've seen
released
it.
and
No,
everything.
I've seen it. Yeah. You told me about it, and then I had to go watch it. I saw him when I was coming to visit you. He was standing at my gate when I got off the plane.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
And I was like, at first I was like, is that Macklemore? No, that guy has like a buzz. Like it was like high and tight, like a military haircut and a mustache. And I was like, no, that's not him. And then I like looked him up on Insta, and that's exactly what he looked like. Like I was like, oh my God, I just saw Macklemore at my gate. Like I freaking love him.
Were you
so
in
much.
Seattle?
Yes.
You were on the Seattle side? Yeah, I mean, he lives here.
Yeah.
He's
I
from
know.
here. He does free pop-up concerts all over the place without telling anybody first. He just like shows up.
Yeah.
He performed once on the top of Dick's, the burger place out here in
I
Capitol
have
Hill.
too.
Get it, girl.
Sorry, Mom.
How do you think she has 3 children?
Yep. Oy, that was funny.
That was funny.
Yeah, I love him. I want to see him perform one day.
I want to meet him. I've gotten to serve some famous people, at least famous here in Seattle. Like the other night, I served Maddie Beniers, one of our star hockey players here for the Kraken. Super sweet guy, really shy, kind of quiet, and much smaller in stature than I thought. Because when you see him playing on the ice, they've got huge pads on. Their skates add like 3 or 4 inches to their height. So you just kind of think of it, but he's not a small guy, but he's just not as big as I imagined him to be.
Yeah.
But real handsome.
We've all said that before.
God, you're on a roll today.
Always got dick jokes. So have you heard of Heated Rivalry?
No.
It's a show on, I think it's Amazon Prime. It might be HBO, but I have HBO on Amazon Prime. Anyways, it's a love story of 2 hockey players, and it's got like these really hot sex scenes.
Oh. I like hockey and I like sex.
There you go.
So I
And
feel
it's like super popular right now, but it's supposed to be a good love story. I haven't watched it, but all
Send
of
it
my
to me.
friends are talking about it. So yeah, we can watch it together.
Yes. I just watched Beast in Me or something. Start slow. You would love it. It's muck duck. It's all sorts of murder. And it's real good. It's on Netflix. And then people kept telling me to watch The Pit.
Yeah,
Girl.
that looks too stressful for me.
Oh, it's so stressful, but it's so good. I binge watched the first season in like 2 days. And now I'm
Wiley's a
so
cutie.
And now
And
I'm
I remember my
pissed
mom being, because there's no more to watch.
because I'm caught up with season 2 now, and so now I have to wait a week in between each episode. And it's only the way that it's set up is it's an hour of the day at the ER per episode. So like the first episode is
It's like
1 hour.
real time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's daddy.
What you drinking?
Well, I'm drinking wine.
What kind? Cheers.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Nice. I got me some Barbera d'Alba.
Never heard of
It's
it.
Italian. It's Italian. It's good. I like Old World wines. They're my favorite in Washington and Oregon.
So I was gonna tell you
Yeah.
that I got a little bird feeder for the outside. And it was just like on
Cool.
a whim the other day. I was at Walmart and I was like, I want a bird feeder and some birdseed. And my daughter, Piper, she was like, yes, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. And so we get home, we set it all up, and they're all over now. Like, there's all these birds.
Yay!
And so cute. I went out in the living room and I saw a drawing that Piper had on the couch. And it was a drawing of a bird in the bird feeder. I was like,
Oh,
she's
you
so
made
cute.
her whole day.
I did.
That's funny because I'm
Well,
sitting here
the birds
watching
did.
hummingbirds right now.
No, they need to go
Yeah.
away because
I
it's
know,
about to get cold.
They really need to fly south. I'm worried. But I did some research and they said keep feeding them. Okay. So
All right.
you are putting this whole episode up visually, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Somewhere?
think so.
Yay. Okay.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
try
let
it.
everybody know. I can apply makeup. I can. It's a skill that I have as a female makeup wearer. I also have a sore on my mouth, so it looks like my lipstick's all smudged and disgusting. So don't judge me for my painful little situation that 80% of the population has.
Nobody judges you because you're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Okay, yeah, you ready to get into it?
I'm so ready.
Okay, these are curtain calls, little one-liner, crazy
Curtain
stories.
call.
Okay. Not really my secret, but when I was a baby, I had thrush, and my family took me to get some Appalachian witch doctor stuff to cure me. My dad said he was told if he said what they did, I would get 100 times sicker, so he's never told anyone what they really did.
Oh my God, what the fuck? So creepy. What did they do?
So,
Ah.
something I was thinking of when I read that is when this is going to sound really gross, and it is really gross, and I don't know if I could do it. I'd probably just go to the doctor. But when my niece had thrush, she was a baby, and it's like a painful yeast infection basically on your tongue, overgrowth of yeast. And my mom told my brother, you need to wipe a pee diaper on it. Like the urine will clear it up.
Huh.
And it did.
I was going to say, you know what? That actually makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I wonder
the
if it was
Egyptians
something
used to
like
use,
that.
I mean, oh, hopefully it's the baby's own pee, not
Well,
the witch
yeah.
doctor's pee.
God.
Ew.
Ew.
I
That's
feel
not
like,
clean to them, though. It has to be your own.
I mean, yeah, that's the point. I mean, technically, if you are wandering in the desert and you have zero water and you are just trying to survive, you can technically drink your own pee 8 times.
Ugh.
Yep. 'Cause
8
then
times?
it turns to molasses after a while, like it gets
God,
too thick.
stop.
And the Egyptians used to use it as a chapstick, and they used to wash their hands with it because technically it's sterile. Technically.
This girl knows so
Can
many
you imagine
random
kissing
facts.
some?
Always with the random facts.
I mean, it's fun. I don't know, a lot about anything important, but I know a lot of things about other things. It's true, though.
But I like the Appalachian like folklore and
Yeah.
there's a lot of they practice
Mama
witchy
Juju stuff.
yeah, all the time. It's just part of their daily life. Same with Louisiana.
I mean, talk about superstitions and things. I mean,
Yeah.
look, here's the thing. If a witch doctor told me not to say anything, I'm not saying shit.
No. You got a curtain call?
Oh, I do. I don't know what AITJ is. Am I the jackass? We'll go jackass. Am I the jackass?
The G. I'm like Grinch. Am I the jackass?
mean-
I think it's am I the jerk?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Am I the jerk? See, you guys, we're all learning together
It's
on this
for
show.
people who can't say asshole.
This is actually a learning podcast. So we're going to take you along.
Yep, take you for
like
a
Mr.
ride.
Rogers did. Yeah. Okay. Am I the jerk for calling my friend's emergency contact when she left her kid with me, quote, for 20 minutes and vanished? It was actually several hours without notice.
No, you're not the asshole, not the jerk.
I totally would have called. She didn't even say anything.
If you can,
Like, I imagine
if you can't get a hold of her, I'm sure they tried to get a hold of her.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if you didn't give any notice at all whatsoever, that, like, if you were just like, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'll be right back, and then you disappeared for 3 hours.
Bye. She ghosted her. Here's your kid. This is yours now.
I would absolutely be like, no, did you go to the store or something and get in a car accident on the way? Or, like, what's going on?
For real.
Also, how old was the kid, too?
Right. Is it still nursing?
Exactly. Not that exciting, but, as a child-free person myself, I'm like, nope, absolutely not.
You're like, what do I do with this? Take it.
Look, I love babies, okay? I do. I love kids. I love babies, but my favorite part of children is giving them back. Like, I'm all down for hanging out with the kiddos. I absolutely love it. Did I ever tell you that
my kids love you?
I love them. They're just fabulous. But I'm not responsible for them. That's a whole nother level of responsibility there. When I was working at my last place, I was serving brunch, and Mike McDonald, our new head coach for the Seahawks, came in, and he sat in my section because it was kind of like towards the back of the restaurant and hidden in a booth and all that. And so he comes in, and we were server code. You never ever let anybody know. Like any of the stars that come in, you never let them know that you know who they are. You never do that until like the end, so you can wish them like, hey, good luck on the next game or something like that, because they want to feel like normal people.
Yeah.
First of all, hot. That man. Girl, you know that Jason Momoa is on my list. I now have a list of 2. Mike
Was
McDonald
Jason
is
Momoa
on my
the only
list.
other one on your list?
Yes, because I mean, other people have been on my list. Like Johnny Depp used to be on my list, and then he got old. He just looks kind of skinny and old now.
You're aging. No, I'm
And
just kidding.
Brad Pitt is not aging very well right now either.
I think he is, but also he's a fucking asshole. So, like, no thanks.
That is also true. So, but like other people have been on my list before, but right now it's Jason Momoa and Mike McDonald. But the kid part, his wife was there as well, and she's a freaking bombshell. They're both 2 of the sweetest people I have ever served, and that says a lot for like if you're serving, if somebody's out to dinner, the way that they treat their server tells a lot about the kind of person that they are.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a lot of people think that servers are beneath them and blah blah blah. He was one of the nicest, most friendly people and polite people I've ever met, in life at all. And his wife was even nicer. And they wanted to enjoy their lunch, and the baby was they had a 1-year-old baby with them, and he was being fussy. And so I was like, can I hold him? And he's like, sure. So I walked around the restaurant with their baby for a while so that they could eat because they were the only ones left in the restaurant.
Oh, nice. I was like, how did you get away with that in fine dining with, other guests?
Yeah, they were the only people left at that point. Anyway, so yes, I love kids, but
now you babysit every
me
2 weeks for them. No, just kidding.
Yeah, God, that'd be amazing. I would so do that.
But you'd be calling their emergency contacts after 30 minutes.
Where the hell are you? Okay, there you go.
All right, let me pull up my next. My best guy friend cheated on his girlfriend with me, and we secretly have a daughter together. I'm also secretly in love with him.
No. No. Ah. That's so sticky.
A secret.
How do you
daughter.
Get away with having a secret daughter with somebody? How do you look, I can hold a secret if a secret needs to be held. Harmless secret. That would be I don't think I could do it.
No.
Nope.
No. How can he do it if he's involved with that kid at all at any
Maybe
point
he
in
doesn't
his
know
life?
it's his kid.
It's her best guy friend. How would he not know?
Fuck.
I mean,
I
also
don't
this girl could
know.
be delusional. We don't know. What if it's not really like her best guy friend? What if,
Ooh, creepy. Yeah, what if she's got stalker behavior?
yeah, or just
Everyone's the
like
asshole. Except for the
everyone's the asshole.
girlfriends.
Well, except for the innocent bystander girlfriend.
Yep. And the baby. Baby's not an asshole either. So 2 people are the assholes.
Yes.
You've heard stories of like people that they have jobs that require them to travel for work, but they have like a whole ass other family. So
Oh,
they're
I
gone
love
for
those
a week or
stories.
2 out of the year or out of the
They're
month.
terrible for the people involved, but I love reading those stories. Secret families are the most enthralling thing to me.
That is quite literally why soap operas are interesting. Again, I can't watch soap operas. The acting is so bad and the lighting is so, and it's awful. But
Terrible.
that's why people are so hooked, is because of stories like that. They're like, this is terrible, but I can't stop watching.
Yep, and that's why we're here to bring you the real deal.
You're welcome. Okay, I chose this one just because I wanted to make you laugh.
Okay. You're already making me laugh.
I'm sorry. It's going to be hard to get through. I accidentally... Sorry. How do you do this? I accidentally pooped in my best friend's mug and didn't tell her.
What? Wait, how do you accidentally poop in somebody's mug?
It's a real small opening.
And then not tell them.
Aim for that.
Whoa, how? Is there any kind of follow-up?
Nope. There might be. I'd have to dig real deep in that shit mud, but
we just have to theorize how that happened.
Now you have something to...
What the fuck?
I honest to God, when I first read that, I laughed my ass off, and then I would pause and try to think of how that would work, and then I laughed my ass off again, and the cycle continued for a while.
Listen, if an episode of ours doesn't have bodily fluids in it, I don't want it.
And dick jokes.
And dick jokes.
I had, so my sister had like one of her best friends in high school, right? I'm not going to say this friend's name, but she was cool. She's a cool kid. She went to school, I want to say at like Eastern or something here in Washington. And she had a roommate in her dorm room in her freshman year. Her roommate would have guys over like all the time and have sex, and she'd put like, the sock on the door, whatever it was that she did in her dorm, right? And she kept a tally of the guys that she was sleeping with by carving it into the post of her bed in tick marks. It gets worse. It gets worse. And she never once the entire semester, not once did she ever wash her sheets.
No.
To clarify, to make this very, very clear, I am not referring to my sister's friend. I'm referring to my sister's friend's roommate in college.
Okay.
This girl
thinking it was okay.
Never once washed her sheets, which if I was a dude and I went home with somebody, I mean, I don't fucking know. Maybe their libidos are insane enough to do this. But if I knew...
guys don't care.
If I knew that I was in the sheets with basically like 50 other dudes...
That's so gross.
I would have a problem with it. So she's
also, she's going to run out of bedposts. If there's that many, like, you're going to just whittle away your whole damn bedpost. It's going to be a shiv. It's like it comes to a point.
Gross.
It's a weapon.
So then,
I am not slut shaming.
No, we are not slut shaming. To be clear,
funny.
we are wash your fucking sheets.
We're
shaming.
sluts too. No, I'm just kidding.
School property, I guess. Can you imagine being the next person to get that
oh
room?
My God.
And see the tick marks in the bedpost?
It's like instead of another notch on your belt buckle. No, is that right?
I think so.
A notch on the bedpost. That's a thing.
It is now. And
well, no, I think it is a thing. She heard it
from
from a country song, and she was like, "I'm gonna do that."
Oh my God, that's So bad. So when she ghosted my sister's friend, she left. My roommate did this too. We went home for winter break or whatever, and she gets back to her dorm and her whole side was cleared out. Like she had left school.
Except for shit in a mug.
Are you ready?
No.
Are you ready? So my sister's friend goes into the room and she's looking around. She's like, what the fuck? Okay, good. At least she's not here anymore. Like, that's weird though. Nobody told me. This girl, then she goes to like put her stuff down on her desk. This bitch took a shit on her printer.
Why?
She just popped a squat on this girl's printer. Like, the roommate popped a squat.
That was on top of the desk?
Printer. Yeah.
She had to stand up on top of the desk and squat on the printer?
I'm assuming, unless she like caught it with her hands and put it on there.
Gross. Why do people do weird stuff like that?
Don't know. Had a bedpost that was whittled down to a point. Her sheets were slimy and slick, and she's like, printer.
Here is some shit for all the times you slut shamed me.
It's so gross. Anyway.
Wow.
That's a fun one.
Yep. That's enough bodily fluids, though, for this season. No, I'm just kidding.
Is it, though? Is it?
For this episode, maybe.
Maybe.
All right.
You don't know what I have.
Well, that is very true. All right. I'm going to get into stories.
Okie doke.
Do you want to hear my stories?
Yes, I do.
All right. This one's a doozy. A doozy.
I like a good doozy.
I'm posting because my life took a turn that not even I could have prepared for. My adult child, who I had no contact with in their early life, tried to kill me.
What? Who?
My adult child, who I had no contact with in their early life, tried to kill me. He didn't succeed, but he did have my penis cut off.
Are you starting with the one from an actual soap opera?
No, listen.
Stop. Is this what's
my
her
penis
name?
cut off.
Lorena Bobbitt? Was Lorena Bobbitt the child?
Okay. Believe it or not, this happens more than you realize because I've read several stories.
No. What?
Yeah, and people get body modifications to do that. Have you heard of that?
I just heard of that recently.
Yeah, and then they die. Okay, so back to the story. So there's that casual family drama.
Oh, yeah.
Here's where it gets worse.
Can you have a prosthetic?
My ex, who is a doctor, was under the influence of drugs and alcohol at the time and was manipulated into reattaching it. Because of her condition...
God damn it!
She reattached it upside down.
No! Oh, this poor guy!
I later found out that if I ever got an erection, it could literally kill me, like internal hemorrhaging, instant death. So I spent months walking around terrified of my own body doing what bodies naturally do. Imagine living in constant fear of morning wood being your cause of death. Imagine trying to date like that. Hey, just a heads up, if I get aroused, I might die.
Oh my God. And also you pee like a fountain. Like a drinking fountain.
No. You gotta sit down and it's just aim into the back of the toilet.
Look, I'm a non-penis having female, so I don't know if that's how it works, but
I don't either. But yeah,
you stand on you do a handstand to go pee every time.
You got to get real agile. I can't imagine anyone else lives in that same fear. So let's talk about it. Reattached a penis upside down. Is this guy a millionaire because of this medical malpractice?
Okay, no. Okay. We have warned everyone that the show is not safe for work and not safe for kids. So here we go. I'm picturing sex. He apparently can't get an erection, but I'm picturing
He's doing reverse cowboy.
It's literally what I was going for. Because I'm feeling like, okay, if the woman's on top and she's doing reverse cowgirl, then really it's actually missionary.
Yeah.
Because penises are shaped in a very specific way. Okay, this has to be from an actual soap opera. This cannot be real. So, I've heard of penises being reattached, but it has to be within a certain amount of time, and then your little itty bitty tinky winky has to be on ice, right? Because they have to like figure out how to reconnect capillaries and veins and the urethra and the fucking seminal. That's not the right place. Those are not in your penis. You get what I'm saying? So you have to figure out how to reattach all of that, but you have to do it really, really fast. So was this person, did they do it in a hospital? Did she just do it like on their kitchen table and she was drunk? Like, was he sedated?
Okay, so you figured it out immediately.
Thank God.
Is from a soap opera, but can you believe that was a story on a soap opera? But wait, there's more because I didn't go into so many details. This is from Passions in the year 2000, and the character was Vincent, aka Valerie, an intersex character, meaning they had both male and female reproductive organs.
Not trans, but intersex?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
They seduced Julian as Valerie. It's going to get real hard to figure out. Okay. Valerie seduced Julian, okay? Knowing Julian was her bio father.
Oh my God.
Valerie did it out of retaliation for childhood abandonment. Became pregnant with Julian's child.
My God.
Valerie, aka Vincent, then tried to murder Julian, but instead severed his penis. Then,
straight out of the Bible. Who is that set where his daughters like get him drunk and then have sex with him?
Yep, that's
rape him.
Okay,
Jesus.
Then Valerie, aka Vincent, drugged their mother to impair her during the reconnective surgery, resulting in her reattaching the penis upside down.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you believe, like, that was, I know, that was on a soap opera.
You want to know why I can believe it? Is because of the math we did on the last episode, or however many episodes ago that was. The math that we did, that it's 55,000 episodes on one soap opera. One.
Because they run out of things. They're what is the most ridiculous thing I can think of?
Seriously, either the writers are on acid, or they need to be in therapy, or
what if they're all writing from personal experience?
Good God. Oh.
What if they're searching Reddit stories for the most crazy shit ever and they're like, we're going to use that? Whose turn is it? It's your turn.
My turn.
I think that was the craziest soap story we've read.
That one's... No, I still think it's the baby being transferred into another person's womb. Okay, this one's just funny. I told you we weren't done with bodily fluids. Today I fucked up by becoming the public toilet villain I always hated. I know this isn't very soapy, but I just thought it was funny.
These aren't soap operas.
I know, but I got it.
That's okay. We just covered a penile
amputation.
Attachment.
There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Connectation. Okay. Not today, but this summer, and I still think about it way too much. I, 26 female, was touring Paris with friends when I suddenly really had to go. We found a public toilet by a crowded canal. The line moved fast, so I thought I was saved until I saw a sign, a, quote, no poop symbol.
What? In a bathroom?
I'm guessing it was like the poop emoji with the big red circle and the thing through it. I thought, what the fuck? People are actually not allowed to poop in a toilet? I shrugged and went in. Big mistake. It was not a toilet, but a woman's urinal, something I'd never seen before.
What?
I don't know. The door barely closed and didn't lock. There was no toilet paper, and the fixture was for squatting, peeing with metal grid underneath.
This is a bridesmaid situation.
I love that movie so much. I panicked. I tried to just pee and find a real toilet later. It did not go as planned. The metal grid made it very clear the situation was not what the designers intended. So why are you doing that? Why are you designing that? I left as fast as humanly possible, avoided eye contact with the next person, and rejoined my friends pretending nothing happened. I hate people who wreck public toilets. I've always wondered who these psychos are. And that day, I became one.
I don't ever want to be in a... No. Where was this?
Paris? Dude, I studied abroad in China for 3 months.
They're like
squatty potties.
In Paris, they're
no
like
metal grids.
We don't poop, we're ladies. We don't poop.
That's like when men find out for the first time that women actually do in fact poop, but the designers were men who didn't know this about real women.
Oh my God. What a weird thing.
Sorry, not Sophie, but I thought it was funny.
She's shameful. She's shameful.
I can read a real
if you gotta
soapy
go,
one.
you gotta go.
Yep, true. I can read a real soapy one. That was okay. Okay, ready? I found out my sister had $200,000 sitting in her savings account the entire time I was draining mine to pay for her wedding.
No.
She called me sobbing 2 years ago, saying that she and her fiance couldn't afford the wedding they wanted. I'm talking full breakdown, hyperventilating, saying she'd have to cancel everything because they only had about $15,000 saved and the venue alone was $25,000. Also, look,
get a cheaper venue. My venue cost, my whole wedding cost like $5,000.
My entire wedding that had 300 people at it cost $15,000. The whole fucking, including the dress and everything. Like, come on. Okay. And then, it's 25,000. She kept saying, I just want one perfect day. Is that so wrong? Over and over until I finally said I'd help. I didn't just help. I paid for almost everything. Venue, catering, flowers, her dress, the photographer, even the damn ice sculpture she insisted on.
Oh my God.
Come on. My husband wasn't thrilled, but I told him it was my sister's one wedding and we could afford it. We had about $60,000 in savings at the time. I spent 40 of it.
My God. To have that much money in savings?
Also that.
Yeah. But no, I'm sorry. That is way too much to be spending on one person. Like,
if you can't afford
it and be like, hey, here's 15 grand. That's it. Here, I'm giving you a gift of 15 grand. Do what you can with it.
Oh, again, my God. My entire wedding was 15 grand for 300 people. Like you could figure it out.
I can't even imagine like being so entitled that you feel like you can accept that much money at your wedding when your sister's shelling out. Yeah, this is crazy.
Look, my parents, I think, gave me like $1,000 or something like that. I didn't ask for any money from anybody to fund this. I didn't ask for the money to do it. Right? I felt guilty taking that money.
Yeah.
I felt guilty, and they were like, okay, well, no, this is like, we had this put aside for you for your wedding. This is for you. It's a gift. And I was like, I still felt, and the thing is if you want a really crazy, crazy nice wedding and it's going to be really expensive and you can afford it, fucking go for it. Have the wedding of your dreams. Do the thing. But if you can't afford it, figure out something else.
Right. It's just
and don't
one
put
day
somebody else in trouble, like in hardship, because you can't.
It's one day you can have a nice big old party on a budget.
Yep.
It's the 100%. Wedding. It's the marriage that matters. And mine failed.
It's a good thing we only spent $1,000.
Good thing we only spent $5,000. Yep.
The wedding was beautiful. She cried when she saw the venue all set up and hugged me and said, "You're the best sister anyone could ask for. I'll never forget this." I felt good about it, like I'd done something meaningful for someone I loved. Fast forward to 3 weeks ago. So now this is 2 years after the wedding-ish. We were at my parents' house for Sunday dinner, and my sister was complaining about how expensive everything is now, how impossible it is to save money. My mom mentioned that at least she and her husband had managed to buy their house, and my sister laughed and said, yeah, thank God we had that $200,000 saved up, or we never could have afforded the down payment.
Okay. How long were they married before they bought that house?
And that's the other thing, too. Like, this is 2 years later, so
they couldn't have saved $200,000 in 2 years. Sorry.
No.
If they couldn't
That's
even
crazy.
afford a $40,000 wedding, they couldn't save that much money in 2 years.
Yep.
Fuck off.
I mean, maybe she won the lottery and just didn't tell anybody. It's possible. Okay. I literally froze with my fork halfway to my mouth. My husband's head snapped up. I said, wait, what? You had $200,000 saved? She nodded like it was nothing. Said they'd been saving for years, living super frugally, both of them putting money away from every paycheck. Said they decided early on that owning a home was more important than wasting money on a wedding. I just stared at her.
Fuck
my husband asked
me. Sideways.
Yeah. Yep. With that upside down penis.
With the upside down penis, not lubed. Jesus Christ.
My husband asked, so when you asked your sister to pay for your wedding because you couldn't afford it, she got defensive immediately. She said she never asked me to pay for anything. I offered, which is technically true, but only because she'd been crying about canceling their wedding. I said, you told me you only had $1,000 saved total. You said you couldn't afford it. She rolled her eyes, actually rolled her eyes at me, said I couldn't afford it. That money was for our house, not for one day. You offered to pay. I didn't force you.
You manipulative bitch.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
My God.
Meanwhile, imagine mom's just sitting here watching this whole exchange go down. I told her I wanted to be repaid, that if she had $200,000 in savings, then and bought a house, she could afford to pay me back the $40,000 I spent. She laughed, like actually laughed in my face and said, that's not how gifts work. You offered it freely. I'm not paying you back for your own choice.
Okay, bye. Never talking to you again. Jeez.
Yep, nope, that would be no contact. I wasn't yelling,
Small
but
claims
I was getting
court.
loud. Mm-hmm.
Large claims court.
I don't think they would win. I don't think they'd win. I think this sister is screwed. I said it wasn't a gift. It was help for someone who claimed to be struggling. My dad tried to calm things down, but I kept going. I told her that she lied to me, manipulated me into paying for her wedding so she could keep her savings intact. She stood up and said, you offered because you wanted to feel important and generous. It's not my fault. You're bad with money and regret it now.
Because
I never asked you for anything. Okay, a couple things to unpack here.
Now she's
First
like
of all,
insulting her.
First off, fuck you. Second, you're bad with money and only had $60,000 saved? I call that pretty fucking fantastic with money to have $60,000 in the bank.
Right.
That's pretty good. This girl is not bad with money.
Bad with money. You
are a bitch.
Just bold-faced lied to me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
My husband stood up too, and we were leaving. On the way out, my mom said I was being unfair, that my sister was right, and you can't take back a gift just because you need money now, which isn't even true. We don't need it. It's the principle. I 100 million percent agree. Yep.
And fuck those parents for siding with her.
Like, this sister has to be the younger sister that was always enabled. It has to be. It has to be. Tale as old as time. My sister texted me later saying I embarrassed her in front of everyone, and she's, quote, sorry I feel taken advantage of, but that's a me problem, not a her problem. Said if I really cared about her, I'd be happy my money went to her dream wedding and helped them save for their future. I can absolutely, though, understand how this girl manipulated her own brain into believing what she was saying, like, for sure.
Right. Yeah, like,
Absolutely.
people like that, they're like, oh, I'm so justified. Yeah.
And she'll probably never see it any other way. I'm not talking to her. My parents think I'm overreacting. My husband is furious on my behalf, but also mad at himself for not questioning things more at the time. Our savings still hasn't fully recovered to where it was. Some of my friends
No.
are saying I should let it go because she's right that I did offer, and getting lawyers or family involved over wedding money doesn't or makes me look petty. Fucking $40,000 worth of petty. But I can't stop thinking about how she sat there crying, manipulating me into feeling like I had to save her wedding, while she had more money in the bank than I've ever had in my
Yep.
life. Am I
Yeah.
the asshole for demanding repayment? No,
No, not
absolutely
at
not.
all.
This bitch be
Not at
cray.
all. Yeah.
Oh, cray's
Well,
another one. Cray's another one that we would say as
cray
kids.
cray.
Cray cray. That's a good one.
Wow. Fuck that.
For real. For real.
That is
You
just have no words.
I feel awkward when somebody that I'm out to dinner with pays for me.
Yeah. Okay. If you have $15,000, you have a wedding in a park. You have it at a fucking campsite. You
Look at
get
me.
people to, yeah, you get people to help make food. You buy a secondhand wedding dress, or I got my wedding dress for $500. Like,
They like
do
or
what is within your
you
means. You don't have to have a fucking ice sculpture swan.
squan.
Swan.
What squans for you?
No, no swan for you.
Or you can start a fucking wedding fund. Like in lieu of gifts, we are actually asking for donations to help us make our dream day come true. That's totally fair. You can do that,
Yeah.
you know? Skylar and I were old when we got married. And by old, I mean not in our early 20s. And we didn't need a blender, right? We don't need a toaster. We don't need anything physical. We just don't. We don't have space for it. We don't need it. All of that. So people were still bugging us to register for things because people are generous and want to give gifts. So we put out like a little honeymoon fund thing and at the actual wedding venue. And people like gave us money in envelopes just to help for future whatever. And we registered online for like airline gift cards and Airbnb gift cards. That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, and a couple of camping things because that's fun. We didn't get any, but it was still fun to do. It was fun to shop. But the whole point is that like there are other ways to fund your dream wedding if you're really serious about it and not have somebody pay for basically the entire thing.
Yeah.
Also,
to
it makes me
me,
question if she spent her $15,000 on top of the 40 that the
right.
sister gave her.
To me, and I'm not talking about people that can afford it, 100%. Like you said, if you have the means to do it and you want to go all out, go all out. But
100%.
I've always been until very recently, I've been like lower class and
low income.
like, yeah, low income. And I made what I needed to make work. Who fucking needs, keyword needs, who needs $55,000 wedding?
And
It is one day.
Again,
I would never pay that for a party.
I know people who have spent 150 grand on a wedding.
Yeah.
But I also know that they had the money to spend and it didn't kill them to do it, you know?
Right.
And that's fine.
And they weren't
If
manipulating other people into
100%.
paying for it.
Yep, 100%. If you have
Like,
that kind of money and it's not going to hurt you financially or hurt your future or like get you all stressed out, then fucking do it. Most of us don't. And you can't manipulate somebody else into hurting their own savings account because you
keeping
want
up with the status quo.
a swan statue.
A squan. Keeping up with the Joneses, like that bullshit. I've never understood it. I've never understood it. Like, I just don't get it. But like, there was another point I was going to make here.
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't know.
You are right,
Anyway.
though. Ours was in a campground and people got super drunk and stumbled back to their RVs or their tents or their cars or, you know, wherever it was that they were sleeping that night.
Well,
and
you
fell
were
asleep.
also able to do that because everybody in both of y'all's families are big campers. And so everybody had the means to like do that. Like that was the perfect thing for y'all.
But my
family,
point is
nobody would camp out.
Yeah. But didn't you get married in a park? This was like we weren't
it's
super
just at a
close
public
back
park.
then.
We had to in order to make sure that we had rights to the gazebo, like we didn't have to pay anything. But in order to have like a reserved sign on the gazebo, we
Mm-hmm.
had to pay $100. And
Woo-wee,
then we
that's
had,
expensive.
I know. Then we had a reception at a restaurant and at a restaurant in a private room. It was a very small wedding.
Mm.
And, you know,
My ex
for
was
all of
there.
that, yeah, that's true.
I want to punch you
For
in the
all of
face.
that, it was under $5,000.
See, and if that's what you
Anyways,
can afford, then that's what you can afford. Don't be going and crying to other people. The thing that makes me angry about this one
I
is
know what
that
I was going to say.
yeah.
Ruining family relationships over money and manipulating people for money and like then just laughing in their faces. Like, what kind of
Yeah,
person are you?
that is probably narcissistic. I mean, I think it is, but probably narcissistic and just mean. I mean, that's almost, what is it? Psychopathic or sociopathic behavior in a way.
That was a good one. I think we're running a little short on time, so I'm just going to read the one. This is my last one, and it
Okay.
was sent in to us on the.
Yay!
Yeah,
You
it
guys send
was.
in your stories because these are
Yes,
the ones that
please.
are sent in are like more exciting for us and more interesting to us than the ones that are written on Reddit because they're aimed at this podcast and it just makes us so happy.
Yes, we want to share your stories. That's what we're here
Send that
for.
shit in.
Okay, so I'm going to read this. Let me find it. Um, okay. Dear
You gotta
Soap
pull a Georgia
Anonymous.
doo-doo-doo.
Do. Dear Soap Anonymous. I understand you're just starting and looking for anonymous true stories. Mine may not be traditionally soapy, but it is unusual, and writing it down has already been therapeutic. If you decide not to use it, that's okay. This story has already served a purpose. We're using it!
Ooh, we are gonna use it. Ooh.
I am a Korean adoptee. As a baby in the early 1980s, I was adopted by a white European family. I lived that life until I was 33, and then I disappeared completely. In
What?
Japan, there's a word for this, johatsu, to evaporate. So I
What?
looked it up. Johatsu, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong, so forgive me if I'm not. It refers to the Japanese phenomenon of people voluntarily disappearing from their lives without a trace, often to escape crushing debt, shame from failure, job loss, or academic, abusive relationships, or intense societal pressure to conform, with specialized night mover companies helping them relocate
What?
secretly.
Wow. I didn't know that that
Yeah,
was
it's
so commonplace that it
fascinating.
had a word. I
Yeah,
always
there's
thought too, it would be easier, like back in, I know she said she was born in the 80s, but back then when there weren't like facial recognition cameras everywhere and easy ways to track your bank accounts and all sorts of crazy stuff, it would be really easy to disappear. Like
yeah.
all these, did heinous crimes and they're only just now being found because of DNA matches and stuff like that, but they were able to live free for 40 years because they weren't traceable.
hmm
It would have been so much easier back then. I feel like it would be a nightmare situation today.
So this story intrigued me so much that I watched a
Oh my God,
documentary.
Ashley! A
But
squirrel! There's a squirrel! A really fat squirrel! It's my spirit animal. It's my spirit animal. He's on the railing right in front of me, and fuck, he's fat. You should be sleeping. You should be hibernating. Get out of my rose bush. Okay, sorry. Squirrel!
get out of my bush.
Okay, documentary. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Um,
He's so cute. Oh my God, he's only like 5 feet away from me through the window.
focus.
I'm sorry.
This is a fox. Focus on the fox. Focus, fox.
I don't know why that worked, but it did. That was weird.
I did that to my friend in college, and we always used to say, focus, fox.
That actually worked.
No, it didn't. You're looking at the squirrel right now.
He's right there. I'll keep listening. Tell me about the documentary.
Okay, so this story intrigued me so much that I watched part of a documentary. I put it on when I was going to bed, so I fell asleep. But from what I got out of it, There's about, he said, 40-something thousand people that do this every year. And
In
they'll
Japan
find,
or everywhere?
huh? In
Wait,
Japan.
no. In Japan?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And they will
Wow.
recover, they will find a majority of them, but usually they don't find about 11,000 of those people. So as it multiplies year after year, that could be millions of people that are just gone into thin air, just vanished.
Ooh. I wonder how many of those are murders. I like how I jumped
Yeah.
straight to murder. Jesus Christ.
No,
I wonder how
I
many
thought
are
that too,
murdered.
because I was like, how do you know if they just disappear on purpose or if they're missing because they're taken? And I feel
It's
like
like willful WITSEC, like
yeah.
willful witness protection almost, if you're going through a professional company.
What is wit sec when you say, what's the sec part of it?
I have no idea. Hey, Google, let's use, as Skylar calls it, Foogle, because my nickname is Foo, and
Frugal.
he makes everything into
Everything.
Foo. Everything. So, hey, Foogle, what does it stand for? WITSEC, what does it stand for?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Oh, it's short for Witness Security Program.
Oh.
See, I told you guys this was an educational podcast. Now we all know.
It is.
Nobody knew that everybody knew that WITSEC was the witness protection.
And now we know Johatsu is a thing.
You need to send me over. Oh, can you just say the name of the documentary so people can watch?
I think it's only on YouTube, and it's called Johatsu Into Thin Air.
Done. Screenshotted. Boom. I'll get back to you.
Okay. People who vanish from their old lives without a trace. That's what I did. No one from my former life knows where I am. Not friends, not extended family, not even my adoptive parents. To explain why,
Wow.
I have to go
God, that's
back
gotta
to
be
the
hard.
beginning. Yeah. In the 1970s and 80s, more than 100,000 Korean babies were sent abroad for adoption. That's crazy.
100,000?
That is crazy.
100,000. That is a quarter of Seattle, I think, of the entire city.
Jeez.
Wow.
And that's the 70s and 80s.
Okay. Still.
Yeah. Korean babies were sent abroad for adoption. The reason varied: unwed mothers, poverty, shame, coercion. In the country I was adopted to, a well-known writer.
When was the Korean War?
I don't know.
Wasn't that in the 80s?
I don't know. I told you I'm not a history buff.
Okay, but real quick, I know that a lot of people, like in Vietnam too, a lot of babies were born to white soldiers who never had anything to do with their children because either they didn't know or it was rape or like they left to go back home once their deployment was over. Korean War was
Not 100,000.
No. It might have been. The Korean War was in the 50s, so wrong time frame. But either way, okay.
Okay. In the country I was adopted to, a well-known writer with 2 adopted Korean daughters appeared on television, urging families to save children from Asia. Save as in quotes. Over 1,000 families responded. My parents were among them. They were uneducated, religious, middle class, living in a small town. They already had a biological son. They adopted my sister first, then me 5 years later. Back then, adoption was disturbingly easy. Paperwork, money, waiting, and then you picked up a baby at the airport wearing a wrist tag like luggage. There was no trauma education, no screening for motives, no aftercare.
Oh my God, they do more for fucking dogs at the Humane Society.
Yeah, for real.
Jesus.
And my parents were severely abusive.
Oh my God.
This abuse defined my childhood until I escaped at 17. My sister had already run away earlier. I followed the same path. I tried briefly to stay in contact, but the message was always the same. You should be grateful. In Korea, you would have lived in a box, which is classic, but a biased, untrue version of something we will never really know.
Oh my
By my
God.
mid-20s, I realized that if I wanted to live at all, I had to erase them from my life. I felt like I had grown up in a dark basement. I had never dated, rarely had friends, never went out. My teenage years didn't exist. I had
Oh
the
my
body of a
God.
young adult and the emotional development of someone much younger. When I finally went to college, I overcorrected, joined social groups, dated recklessly, lived like I had to make up for 20 years lost all at once.
That's understandable.
On the outside, I was energetic and social. Inside, there was a constant emptiness, a sense of not belonging anywhere. I knew I needed to leave the country that held all of those memories. After finishing my degree, I met my husband. We both wanted out for different reasons. I lost my. Okay. I initially wanted to live in my birth country, driven by curiosity and the idea of finding my origins.
Sure.
He suggested we started somewhere more practical, somewhere English speaking. Eventually, we did spend time in my birth country. That's where another fracture happened. My adoptive parents had given me a Chinese name because to them, Chinese, Korean, Taiwanese were interchangeable.
My God.
Yeah, I know. That broke me too.
Oh my God. I mean, okay, 80s were a different time and a lot less. We talked about this earlier, less internet, no internet, but like, so less education on situations like that. But damn, don't you think you would have done some research?
Right. If you're adopting two Korean children.
Do a little research. It is really interesting to me. My ex is Chinese, and they got to, like, when they immigrated here, they all got to choose a name. And he was old enough to
Mhm.
choose his own name, and so were his parents. And his younger brother was born here. But, like, it's interesting to me that the parents gave her a Chinese name and not
Yeah.
English speaking country. So, Europe, I'm guessing it was somewhere that was English, like, you
Yeah.
know.
I carried that name my entire life in Europe. No one questioned it until I arrived in Asia. Suddenly, I was ethnically Korean with a Chinese name. It didn't
Oh,
fit.
wild.
Yeah. A local friend suggested a new name. I accepted it. Slowly, I began using it everywhere, socially, professionally, online. Within a year, my old name faded. I wanted to start over, to become
Cool.
myself. But one
Super cool.
bureaucratic moment changed everything. I joined an organization that required my legal name. Within a week, my abusive father contacted them trying to reach me. He hadn't seen me in over a decade, but he found me instantly. That told me this wasn't accidental. He was looking. I
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah.
panicked. I felt hunted and unsafe. The organization protected my privacy, but the message was clear. I could never be partially gone. I had to disappear completely. I deleted everything: social media, old accounts, digital traces. At the time, this was still possible if you were disciplined. I told myself, your old life is over. She is dead. And I never went back. For more than 15 years now, I haven't returned to my adopted country. I gave up my apartment when I first left, thinking it was temporary. It never was. I now live under my chosen name. I have a daughter who knows me only as this person. She has no family from my side. My ex-husband also fell out of contact with his family. There's no safety net, no shared history. No one who has known me my whole life. My appearance changed a lot too. My eczema cleared up, I got fit, changed a lot in my face. No one would even
Yay.
recognize me from my old life. I feel brave and I feel like a ghost.
Oh, I have goosebumps.
I know.
That's awesome.
I just got like whole body womp.
Yeah, for real. Yep. Same. I love this for her. The brave thing.
I know.
Brave is what got
Yeah.
me. That's
But
awesome.
but I feel brave and I feel like a ghost. You're like, ugh, there's
Oh,
such
yeah.
a balancing act
Dichotomy.
there. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't know if that's
Me.
the right word.
Dichotomy. We are educated.
We're
We did
educated.
go to college.
Sometimes I think of old classmates or friends and I feel the urge to look them up, but I stop. I can only exist anonymously, so I don't. My friendships
God.
now are often shallow. Since my divorce, I've lived a semi-nomadic life. When people ask where
Oh,
I'm
she got
from,
divorced.
yeah,
That's
I give a
tough.
simple answer. I blend in where I live now. Only my accent gives me away. Only later in life did I learn the name for what I've lived with all along, complex PTSD. The running, the hypervigilance, the constant fight or flight. Only now, in middle age, does the full weight of how extreme my life has been begin to sink in. There are no baby photos of me, no childhood records, no home to return to, no one who remembers me as a child. The loneliness is real. The only way I survive is by staying grounded, spiritual, and focused on the present day. The irony is that my daughter will be 18 in a few years, and there's a real chance she will move to my adopted country to study, the place I ran from. Her passport belongs there, even though she grew up elsewhere. I don't know what I'll do if that happens. Will I follow her, closing the circle, or will I keep running? Ugh, like, I got
This is
emotional.
this is rough.
Yeah,
Yeah, yep. Okay, hold on one sec. Tissue break. 1
I
second.
know, right?
Oh, fuck.
I didn't think I would get emotional on the recording.
God.
I was reading it last night, and I did, but
This one's really rough for a lot of reasons. Damn.
yeah, thank you for sharing. That was
Was that
really
it?
vulnerable, and yeah, that's the end of it.
I would like an update in a couple of years, please. Being
Yeah.
so serious. I'm being so serious. That one was hard. Mostly just because like, yeah, you're a brave woman. You've done all these things that are incredible, but you're still in it at the same time. I mean, I don't like to wish death on people. That's not a thing. But it wouldn't be the worst thing if you found out that your abusers weren't around anymore because
Then you can
maybe
maybe
at
live
that
life
point
a
you could
little
live in
freer.
peace. Yeah. I mean, God, I don't even know what to say about that one. That one was intense. It's
Yeah,
just
and I mean, it's even continuing the brave aspect, like raising a daughter completely different from the life you've known, and then like being willing to let her go to your home country when you have all that fear attached to it.
yeah.
And I don't know, yeah, I mean, the fear attached to the home country is because her adoptive parents found her.
I wonder if she was able to get her name changed legally. It didn't
Yeah.
say, did it?
Mm-mm.
Because at least that way, God. And that's the thing. She said it was like almost immediate that he found her.
As
So
soon
he
as
had
she
to have been looking.
started, yeah, as soon as she started with this organization, she had to give her legal name, and it was like immediately he found her.
If you're an abusive person, why are you looking for the person that you abused?
Control.
I guess. But 10 years later,
Mm,
give it up, dude.
yeah.
Give it up. I mean, maybe in his twisted mind, he's thinking that it's actually love. That's why he's searching because he loves and misses her and blah, 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 blah. But like, he made her life hell.
Yeah.
I, you know what? It sounds like you and your daughter have a good relationship, which is fucking awesome. So, you took your experiences and didn't do it, is what it sounds like to me. And, it just kind of sucks that your friendships and stuff are a little bit on the shallow
Yeah.
side. Hopefully in telling your story, you said that the story's already been told. I don't know if you mean like
No,
out
she said
loud.
writing this story down has been therapeutic.
Oh,
Like
okay, awesome.
I think getting vulnerable with people, yes, it feels scary, but like you got to do it.
Well, and that's what this podcast is about too, is being able to do that without outing yourself.
True. But
Uh,
like
which is
find a
good, which is
friend
great.
find a
But
friend that
yes.
you can trust. I mean, like, because I think, and I obviously I have not lived this experience, so I can't speak to this one experience, but finding friends that you can be vulnerable with is the biggest gift. And like, I think you really thrive when you can find those friendships. And
Yeah.
I know it's scary, but if you have somebody you trust, I feel like, should we even be giving advice on this? We have no fucking clue. But, like, if you find somebody you feel like you can trust, I don't think they're just gonna you don't have to tell them your old name.
Hmm.
Just, you know.
I see, and for me, it's tough because I'm an open book. I'll tell anybody anything they want to know.
Yeah.
That is partially a downfall for me. Like,
Yeah, I
I
won't. I'm
basically have
pretty
no
guarded.
secrets. Yeah. You tend to be a little bit more guarded, and I am just very open. I don't care. For me, it's so it'd be really hard for me to disappear because I wouldn't be able to. I just can't keep
Yeah,
secrets
it
that
would.
way. I'm also
I
loud.
just, like, was imagining it. I'm like, yeah, you would screw up immediately. You'd be
Being in
like,
Widsec would not be an
"Hi, I'm
option.
Michaela. I mean, fuck."
Well, and the other thing that I was thinking of when she said that she'd gotten divorced, that is also really hard because then you're losing the one person that actually knew your
Mm,
history and knew
mhm.
everything about your past and why and what and when and
Yeah,
how
and
and, like,
divorce is
literally
hard
all
on its
the
own, but, I mean,
losing
it's
one
like
person that knows your past has gotta be
exactly.
difficult. And,
Yeah.
not that you need to be remarried or in a relationship or anything like that, but finding a
No.
person, whether or not it's a romantic partner and whether or not it's a friend, could be really super helpful. And there really are really good, decent people out there. And like I said, I don't wish death on people, but maybe once these two chuckle fucks are gone, you
Chuckle fuck.
can, once these two chuckle fucks are gone, maybe there's a chance for some peace
Yeah.
and you don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't know if there are more reasons that you
Yeah.
disappeared yourself, but maybe that's a big one that'll.
My question is she in contact with her sister? Because she said her sister disappeared also.
She said in there, didn't she say that the sister ran away and then she tried reaching out to her a few times?
My sister had already run away earlier. I followed the same path. I tried briefly to stay in contact, but the message was always the same. She was staying in contact with her parents.
Okay.
You should remember they said you should be grateful in Korea you would have lived in a box, which ugh.
I fucking hope that was the parents and not the sister who had also run away.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. But I'm hoping she has her sister at least to have somebody who's been through it with her and like has that
Mhm.
sounding board and support, you know.
There have to be,
Ooh, there
especially
have to be support groups.
in a place where this is not uncommon. And now I'm saying that, I'm thinking it's probably not that uncommon here either, but there have to be support groups or something. It would be like AA, right? Like where you just remain completely anonymous. Nobody's allowed to share any information or
Yeah.
anything like that. There has to be something.
Yeah.
And you never know. You could build really close relationships with those people too,
Yeah.
because they have exactly the same motives in mind as you do. And that is to stay a secret,
Yeah,
to
it's
stay
even
weird.
I would think even like something related to domestic violence, like
Anything, yeah. Any support groups at all, even if it's not about your specific situation, even if it's just like, I don't know. I mean, we're spitballing here to try to help, and it's not
yeah.
like you're asking for help or anything. It's
Right.
just,
No,
I
I'm
feel for you. I want to be your friend.
yeah, I know me too. I'm thankful that you have found the freedom to be brave and to change your life, on your own terms, but I also I want you to thrive in that life because
Yeah.
you deserve it.
And therapy is your friend. Don't ever shy away from therapy if you ever get the chance
Yeah.
to do that because it's
That one
awesome.
got me. I just can't it's hard to imagine what other people go through. I go through shit. I've gone through lots of shit. I've had a hard life, not comparatively to a lot of people, but it was hard for me and I can't imagine the kind of shit that other
Mm,
people go through. Like that sounds
yeah.
just you have to be you just have to be so resilient.
Here's a reminder for everybody too, anybody who's listening that feels like their problems aren't as big as other people's problems, so they should feel lucky. Like,
We don't
consider yourself
compare.
lucky. No, like, to say you should feel lucky because otherwise you'd be in a box or whatever. Look, are your problems hard for you? Are you having a hard time and you're struggling?
Yeah.
And, maybe your struggle is comparatively small in your mind to somebody else's. It's still your big problem. And it's still okay to feel the way that you feel about your problems because they're big to you. Don't let anybody ever minimize how you feel about something just because, they don't think it's, well, you think you're going through some rough stuff. Let me tell you about mine. Your stuff is nothing. Like, that's not the way it works. If you are struggling through something, then it is your struggle. Period.
Yep. 100%.
Don't minimize yourself either, It's so easy to do.
Agreed.
Try not to fall into that trap.
Agreed.
Oh, God, that one was rough. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad she wrote it down.
Yes. Thank you again for sharing that.
Amazing.
It was intense and amazing, and I feel lucky to have your story.
Me too.
Do you have a palate cleanser? A little curtain call palate cleanser?
God, I should have used the poop mug for that one. That would have helped. Okay, we'll do the funny one that I was gonna read earlier, but it's just cute and funny and people be dum-dums. Am I the asshole for ordering tequila shots for my work colleagues at Friday lunchtime? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Look,
Did everyone get fired?
this is why it made me chuckle because pre-pandemic I was a wine distributor and then I was a wine supplier. And so when you're a distributor, the suppliers take you out to lunch to go like survey your accounts, go see how you're doing, see if they can help at all, sell in product, blah, blah, blah. But they take you out to lunch also, usually. And so I was on both sides of the coin. And generally speaking, the distributor is supposed to pick a place for lunch that has the supplier's wines or liquor, or beer, however the state laws work in your region. So, when you go out to lunch or dinner with a supplier, you're kind of expected to get a glass of wine or two because you're trying to support the business for carrying your product. And so for us, it's very typical to have a couple of drinks at lunch and then continue on our way and go sell more stuff. For the 10, 15 years I was in that industry, I would never have thought that tequila shots at lunch were a good idea.
No, never.
A margarita made with the supplier's tequila,
Like one.
Sure.
One. Because fucking
shots, not a good idea.
No.
It is not professional.
Do we know what that person did for a living?
I have no idea.
Oh.
But I have also
Doesn't matter.
I have known people in my industry who have gotten fired for doing shit like that because they just don't have control over their own. I don't know.
Shot.
Anyway, I thought that story was funny because of just like you gotta have control. Everybody makes mistakes too. So this person, like most companies, are fairly forgiving unless your job is to drive.
Yeah.
So this person must have been fucked up.
Definitely.
Anyway, there you go. That's my palate cleanser.
Hey guys, did you screw your family over for money and manipulate them into paying for your wedding when you had plenty of money to do it yourself?
Right. Did you poop in a mug?
Did you poop in a fucking mug? Did you or any other small space?
Or a female urinal?
My brother bought me a female urinal for camping. A shiwi. And
why don't you just squat? I don't understand shiwis. Just squat.
I do squat. And as he gave it to me, my brother, he was sick with cancer at the time and now he's gone. But as he gave it to me, I was like, oh, I will never use this, but I'm going to keep it forever because you gave it to me.
You should put it on your like apothecary shelf.
This is on my shrine to my brother is my shiwi, never been used.
I mean, look, I got a bidet for camping specifically, and it's like a little handheld bidet, and I do use it if I'm backpacking.
Hey, do you carry your bidet around with you everywhere? We don't care. We don't want to hear it. Do you?
I kind of do.
You do. But I'm asking for Soap
It's a
Anonymous stories.
keychain on a purse. It just hangs off. It just dangles.
A bidet hanging from your purse. It's like your version of a
one of those cute fuzzy keychains.
Yes. What are those little scary creatures?
Shabooboo or
Labubu. It's her Lapoopoo.
If we ever get people to make merch, I want a Lapoopoo. Jesus Christ.
You have your very own bidet keychain, and it's called a Lapoopoo. I'm dead. Okay.
I want one so bad now.
I swear, every time we have a podcast, like, we always come up with these genius business ideas. We need to keep a running tally. Oh my God. Okay, merch ideas.
Oh my God, wait. Now I'm thinking of how we can make that happen.
Airbnb.
Like,
we're going to have a t-shirt that has a house on it, and it's going to say Airbnb.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Airbnb. And then I'm going to get just like, they make like little stuffies that are the poop emoji.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be Lapoopoo.
No, we need an actual, like, a stuffy bidet keychain.
Yeah, your idea is better. That's better.
Lapoopoo.
I'm going to call Skylar as soon as I get off the phone with you and tell him about this genius plan.
Okay, if you've ever changed your identity to lead a new life, or if you've ever cut somebody's penis off and reattached it upside down, send us your stories. We want to hear them.
Please call in.
Raina, we're waiting to hear from you, okay? We want any stories that are adjacent to those or even far away from those. Send us
crime
your stories.
is like soap opera worthy. Crime is always really interesting to us. We're crime junkies.
True crime, paranormal, betrayal. We have a whole list on our website. If you want to go look at our website, it's soapanonymous.com. It's got a list of topics. It is not inclusive of those. If you have something that you think belongs, exclusive, whatever, education matters, you guys. If you don't see your topic on there, so what? Who cares? Send it in anyways. We want anything that you feel like could be on a soap opera. But yeah, you can submit it on our website, or you can send it to stories@soapanonymous.com. And we'll see you next time. Yay! Okay, love you. Bye!